The following is a presentation of the Reviewing Network Sports.
And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the second game of the Reviewing Network Live Madden 26 Tournament Elite 8 Day Number 1. And for those of you who are just joining us and didn't see the first game, missed one hell of an ending because, for those of you who didn't see that game, the Raiders and the Chiefs, Chiefs had the lead for much of the game, and then the Raiders had a comeback in the fourth quarter. Looked like they were going to win it in the final 2 minutes. They scored a touchdown within the last minute to be a 54. I think it was 54. I think it was like 54 to 47, 48, 54 to 48. I think it was, but it just happened. I can't remember the score. But then the Kansas City Chiefs try to get it down the field. Mahomes throws a deep ball down the field. It's incomplete with with no time left on the clock, and then a penalty was thrown by the refs for defensive pass interference by the Raiders, and thus the very next play, Mahomes throws it to Kelsey in the end zone for a touchdown, and the Raiders lose a game that they had in the bag, and then the universe just said, nope, we're going to bring the laws of the refs favoring the Chiefs into this video game now, because that's pretty much what happened. Chiefs win that game 55-54, and they're moving on to the Elite 8. And depending on what happens in this game today between the Tennessee Titans and the Dallas Cowboys, they're going to be guaranteed a win, a home game next week, 2 weeks from now, if Tennessee wins this game. If Tennessee loses this game, if Dallas wins, they're going to get a home game no matter what. But of course, we'll talk about the implications of what happens to the other teams in the Elite 8 at the end of the game. So let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. Tennessee and Dallas. Let's see who's going to move on to the Elite 8 right now as we join Mike Tirico and Greg Olson down in Jerry World, AT&T Stadium, for game number 2 of today's doubleheader. This time the Tennessee Titans taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
We join you from Jerry World, AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Tonight, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Dallas Cowboys. 26, Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, really, I should probably sign a head, boy, because I got other heads, boy. Chill. I be on my little mouse drip. All that rapping pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills. All the books you I thought I'd make it richer. Wasn't paying me enough, I need
Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. The Pro Bowler Brandon Aubrey has a set. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So out come the Titans, and they are led, Greg, by Cam Ward, same alma mater as you, University of Miami, the #1 overall pick in this past April's draft.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the...
Tony Pollard inside the 20, and they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 73 yards. Touchdown, Tennessee. Terrific way, Greg, to get this game started. Able to get the opening touchdown and do it with a long run.
Mike, anytime you can create explosive plays in the run game, you're definitely going to take it. And they're going to be able to build on those plays as the rest of this game moves along.
Joey Sly on now for the point after. His kick is good, and the Titans will take a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. He'll take it at the 12. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cowboys come out, and they are led out by Dak Prescott, as they have been for a decade. Wow. It's his 10th season as a Cowboy, 3-time Pro Bowler, who is now 32 years old.
Well, not an ideal situation to start this game off, Mike. I mean, the smoke from the pregame festivities were still lingering in the air, and you find yourself down a score. You don't have to necessarily go for the quick strike. Whatever your plan was coming into this game, stick to it. Of course, they didn't plan on falling behind this quickly. There is a long game ahead of them. Just get back on track.
And he is gone! 73 yards! Touchdown, Dallas! Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run plays to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. The kick is good. Cowboys come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, it's Chindike. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Titans offense going to take over now for the second time. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Fake the handoff. Now Ward. And downfield. It's all matter. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That throw right on the money for the former Miami quarterback, and it's a first down.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
From the gun, they'll give it. It's Pollard. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. And it's Murray, the linebacker, there on the stop. Brings up second and 8. From the 43, here's second and 8. Off play action, it's Ward. That's to the rookie out of Texas, Gunnar Helm. And they finally catch up with him, but it's a big play, taking it into the red zone. It's a big one for Tennessee. 31 yards.
You want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives. Nice shot by the running back, making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Hook him up on a 2nd down and 8. Out of the gun, Ward. That is caught by the tight end, Chig Okonkwo. Touchdown, Tennessee. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Slides at the point, up and good. And the Titans will move out to a 14-7 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away. The return starts at the 13. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this first quarter. And they might very well lean on him the next 3 quarters, too. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, it's Dak. He's got a man, it's CeeDee Lamb. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. First time to Lamb in this one, and it's a 1st down.
Just a really nice, simple play design. Just get the ball to one of your playmakers on an underneath crossing route, and he does the rest to secure a nice gain. That's just good, simple execution.
Dak can throw it here on 1st down. He'll let this go for Pickens. That is incomplete. No way to force a football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They get 16 on that connection. 1st down, Cowboys.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
Play action now. Prescott. Pushed out to his left. Taking off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 4. No play action. It's Prescott. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. It's a gain of 13, and it's first and goal.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
They'll run. It's Williams. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on.
He'll try to... He will score! Dak Prescott, touchdown, Dallas. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Now Aubrey for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cowboys will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece to score as this one's away. Julius Chestnut to bring it back. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They've been able to move the ball with relative ease their first couple of possessions, both ending in touchdowns, but still they find themselves tied as they start with the ball again here on first down. Slot man gonna move in motion left. We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. We'll try again. It's second and 10. Again, it's Pollard. Finding room at the 35. And it'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. They get 24 on that one. First down for Tennessee.
We had a feeling coming into the game that they were going to get this guy plenty of touches, and you can see from this early success why. The defense is going to have to make some adjustments here because they have had no answers thus far.
On the handoff, Pollard. The ball comes out, and the Cowboys are going to come away with the football.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
The Cowboys offense ready to get back to work. Well, that's very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Here's Ferguson on the tight end screen. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. Give him 14 on that play. One first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
Williams gets it on the draw. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A pickup of 12 yards. That's good for a Dallas first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
Here comes the jet sweep. And I don't think he got there. Wrapped up the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at third down.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
They'll try to run through it with Williams. Trying to drive his way forward. I'm not sure he got there. Going to depend on the mark, but yeah, he's short. Short, and it's fourth down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to him, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Prescott to throw it on fourth down. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. They convert with a gain of 15.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so.
And he's in! Dak Prescott, touchdown Cowboys. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Aubrey now for the extra point. He knocks it through. Cowboys have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Chestnut. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Tony Pollard heading out the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. They'll start out first down and 10. The bootleg, it's Ward. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here, second and 10. Shotgun snap for Ward. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with first and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
His 48-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
From the 48-yard line, here's second and 1. On the toss, it's Williams. He will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
Simple play to call, but complex to execute. A toss play is beautiful, Mike, when a team hits it like they just did. We can see why they're a fan of the toss. Healthy game, and they pick up the first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. He'll get this complete. It's George Pickens. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Pickens, first catch, and that's good for a first down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage, and it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
And a missed tackle then. He pushes forward, and will give him 4 yards. From the 24 now, here's second and 6. They'll give it to Lamb on the jet sweep. He'll get this inside the 20, and nice run there in the red zone. It's first down.
So, of course, these plays are designed, Mike, to get big gains, but even though that's not the case here, what these plays do is they keep the defense off balance. They match up with their regular traditional run game. They match up with all their pre-snap motions and shifts. So it just adds a little eye candy and makes this defense, the second they take their eyes off the read, if they guess wrong, that's where the big plays come to complement. So, Mike, this is a great example and a great moment to bring up why it's so important for these offenses to make everything look the same. Formationally, pre-snap movement, because the second that motion looks like a jet motion and he's going to get the ball as opposed to a traditional motion, these defenses are so in tune with all those little differences, they know it's coming and that can be a lot of gain.
And he's fighting to get free. A lot of work there for a gain of 3.
Gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Shotgun snap for Prescott. Oh, the ball's out. The Titans have got it. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are, and I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
The Titans offense ready to take over possession of the football. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
It is 2nd and 9. On play action, it's Ward. That caught Tony Pollard. And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
They need to get this to the 23. Here's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Ward. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
A fair catch called for and taken out beyond the 45-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage as that might have even lost a yard there.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll go again here with Williams. Taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Cowboys with the early edge. We're back. On to the 2nd quarter. Cowboys possess the football. 3rd down and 9 as we are ready to get back underway. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Williams hit, and he loses the football. The Titans may have recovered, yes. Tennessee ball.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
It's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Tight end on the move left. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers, it's a gain of 9.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
1st and 10. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. They'll get this across midfield down to the 48. Osa Odigizua there on the tackle. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Second down, they need 7. Play action. Ward. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. Throwing is Ward. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. And you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives. It is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. How's that for a big decision paying off? A gain of 28 yards on 4th down. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Throwing again is Ward. Rolling to the left. Off he goes. The ball comes out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a 1st down.
Trust me, Mike, I've been there. You're this close to the goal line. You're thinking you're going to score, and it's going to be 6. You're fighting, you're clawing, but you can't lose the ball. Everything has to be about protecting the football. Your heart drops when that ball slips out of your hands, and
he will take it in himself. Cam Ward, touchdown Titans. That his second touchdown tonight. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
Out comes Sly for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Titans will even the score. It's now 21-all. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Short kick taken just inside the 20. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Back to throw is Prescott. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Play fake. Prescott. Short throw caught by Ferguson. And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a 3rd down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
On 3rd down, Prescott. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line has had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They give to Pollard on the option. And this defense not fooled by the option. They stick with the running back and they get him down for no gain.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Back to throw is Ward. That's going to be incomplete. Humphrey very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Now, a deep ball here for Ridley. And he will take this one in. 81 yards. Beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Previous play is under review.
At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Sly now for the point after. It's up and through. And the Titans go up by 7, 28-21. The touchdown. Here's Sly to kick it away. Devontae Turpin on the return. He'll wind up getting this all the way to the 45-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready for this next possession. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. First down, it is Williams. Yeah. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And that'll be good for a gain of about 4 as he is forced out of bounds.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 5. They run on the jet sweep. And that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
That's going to be incomplete. Hubbard, very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Now a 2nd down throw for Prescott. Moving left. Oh, a loose football. Looks like one of the Cowboys was there to recover. Indeed, they will keep possession.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
He's got his man. It's Pickens. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up first and goal.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
Here's a run. And he's into the end zone. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Dallas. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
On for the PAT is Aubrey. He's got it. And the Cowboys have come back to level things. It's 28 all. Time for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Chestnut. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Titans' offense and receiver Calvin Ridley set to take over for this drive. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried the first half, it hasn't worked. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Wolf. This one is caught downfield by Ridley. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that gain.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and a yard. Opening carry of the game for Tajay Speed. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. 18 yards on the pickup there. That's good for a Titan first down.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
Once again, it's Spears. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Malik Hooker there on the tackle.
It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Ward. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at, and that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
A quick throw out wide, caught left side, and a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a fourth down decision to make.
Slide's kick is good. And the Titans are going to move out in front.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
This one away. This one brought in at the 16-yard line. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And it will be another turnover as this defense does it again.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch. But before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
An unbalanced look to the left here on 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And he'll work his way down inside the 40. Kenneth Murray, former Charger, is in for the stop. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Spears. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 16-yard pickup on that one. 1st down for Tennessee.
This offensive line continues to be very physical at the point of attack. They've been able to give their backs plenty of room to run. And that's why they've already eclipsed the century mark here in the opening half.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. Here's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth 1st half. Greg and I, back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this. Throwing, Ward. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Throwing on third down, Ward. Got his man at the 6. And he'll get this down to the 2-yard line. First and goal as they convert on third down. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff will get a chance to look him over during the break. Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it first and goal. Off the bootleg, it's Ward. And he's in. Touchdown, Tennessee. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Out comes Sly for the extra point. He's got it. And the Titans add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. Now a return coming from the 14. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. To the left side, he's got Ferguson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. It'll be their second. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Prescott. And that is incomplete. But now a penalty flag comes in late.
Defense.
He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
Automatic first down.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Throwing is Prescott. They'll try to hit him with a screen.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Quick throw on target to Pickens. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. And now the Cowboys are going to take a timeout. Clock stopped with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll throw again. Dak. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down. He was looking for George Pickens there. It's second down. To the air again. Prescott. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's into the end zone. What a response. Jake Ferguson. Touchdown Cowboys.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Now Aubrey for the extra point. He gets it to go. Cowboys are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. First half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Jim Ray DK now to return it. The Titans offense, quarterback Cam Ward headed back out onto the field, and he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. On first down, it's Ward. In the field, he's got a Kurklow. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down. Shotgun snap for Ward. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So I really like the decision, Mike. This is a rookie quarterback making more veteran decisions, and I think in his growth process this early on in his career, those are really good signs, because how often do we see these rookies still think they're back in college, they're the best player on the field, and they can make every throw, even if it's not there. You're not going to get away with that consistently in the NFL. Throw it away. Really nice job here by the young quarterback. results in an incompletion, I think these are the type of decisions from a young quarterback that you're okay with. If the play's not there, if you don't feel good, throw the ball away, don't turn it over, and let's live for the next play call.
Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Oh, he shanked it, headed straight for the sideline. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Prescott. He's going to air this one out. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
To stop these offenses here in the second half. Three-point, all that separates these two sides as half number 2. Kicks up. Short kick taken at the 17. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. Second down.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
It's another run here for Williams. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. It's the quarterback. The ball comes out. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Williams gets it on the draw. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. A pitch comes to Williams. Trying to bounce that one outside, but only to be able to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
On second down, a run with Williams. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Playing close quickly. Here comes third down. Dak to throw. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Auburn's kick is good. And the Cowboys will tie the game here in the third quarter.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive, but when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up, and they were able to do that here.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. On the return, here's DK. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Titans offense and Tajay Spears getting ready for their next possession. Both these offenses have been informal. Is the defense going to show up? Can anybody come up with a stop? All tied here in this third quarter, and it's 1st and 10. Motion man is the tight end going right. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here is 2nd down and 9. On play action, it's Ward. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there. And that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs. Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
As a run through on the tackle. Tackled back at the 41-yard line.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, here's Ward. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. Chig Okonkwo was the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to see what they can do. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And the strength on display, rambling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
2nd down, Prescott. His pass, right side, caught by Lamb. He's inside the 30. C.D. Lamb. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 73 yards. Touchdown, Dallas.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Cowboys will go up by 7.
Makes the score Cowboys 45, Titans 38.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Chestnut. Yeah, a good return as he takes it across the 30. The Titans offense and Tajay Spears getting ready for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Play fake, now Ward to throw. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception. And the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
Fake the handoff, now Ward. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ward. This one down the field, but lined up incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Fair catch is called for and made. just inside the 35-yard line. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Out of the shotgun, they give it to Williams. And he'll get forward for about a yard. The linebacker, Cody Barton, in on the tackle.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 9. Now Prescott. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Give him 14 on that one. First down, Cowboys.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Every team in the league practices these situations every single day. That's a critical 3rd down, Mike. So now with this fresh set of downs, they got to just take a deep breath. Now you're really not so much playing against your opponent as much as you are playing against this clock.
On the give, it's Williams. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 8. On play action, here's Dak. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback, working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
They'll empty out the backfield, line up for 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He'll look the middle, and he's got his man complete. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chain.
They're doing a really nice job of keeping this defense on their heels with this balanced attack. We've seen them be effective both run and pass, and right now the defense just doesn't seem to have an answer.
Dak can throw it here on first down. He's got it inside the 5. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Now back at the 4 for 2nd and goal. Prescott now. last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And he's got another one. Dak Prescott, touchdown, Dallas. And make that 3 rushing touchdowns. You think the quarterback gets a 3-touchdown day, it's pretty good. 3 on the ground, that, Greg, is excellent.
It's just so hard, Mike, for a defense to account for a quarterback that can do this amount of damage with his legs. And there's a fine line, but I'll tell you what, when they unleash him as a runner, he's about as good as it gets.
On for the PAT is Aubrey. His kick is good. Cowboys will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Titans, 38.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, here's DK. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Titans offense and Tajay Spears getting ready for their next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. Play action. Ward. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike. And that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to throw is Ward. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Ward. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. Pickup of 14 on that one. That's good for a Titans 1st down.
That's good for a Titans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
22 yards, the pickup there. 1st down for Tennessee.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Watching him throughout this game has been incredible, Mike. I mean, I've loved watching him perform. The reality is it just hasn't impacted the outcome of the game. It's really been a wasted individual effort unless they can somehow find a way to flip this thing around.
They give to Pollard on the option. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They'll try and run for the first down with Pollard. That's going to be pretty close. Looked at first glance that he had it in. He does. First down.
Another Titans first down. 1st and 10.
And these are the tough yards you judge a back by, Mike. We used to say to our backs, hey, even if we don't block everyone, you've got to be your own blocker. Like, you have to find a way to get 1 yard and keep this drive alive. And I think he's able to pick up that first down by about a yard or 2.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. From the 21, here's 2nd down and 5. From the 4th quarter, and it's a run by Pollard. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. His running backs had a really nice day, so in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Joey Slide back out, kick this one away. A return coming from the 14. Uh-oh. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. There's CeeDee Lamb heading back out there with the rest of his Cowboys teammates. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. Play fake. Prescott. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They run over center with Williams. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. 14 on the pickup. That's good for a Dallas first down.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stop it.
He'll step up and run this.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And he'll be near the first down marker. It's called a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on third down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Williams. And that'll move the sticks. That's a first down. Down to the 45-yard line.
And that's kind of a double whammy of sorts for this defense. Not only do you not get the third down stop, but now this offense, Mike, they're able to bleed even more clock down with this fresh set of downs.
On the option, here's Williams. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 4. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown. They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
From the 29, here's second and 7. Here's Dak to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. His second catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
And he will get into the end zone. Jaden Blue. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now, Aubrey for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cowboys will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Chestnut. Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen, like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
Crazy. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. A pickup there of 19 yards. First down, Cowboys.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They'll give it to Lamb on the jet sweep. And that one shut down almost immediately. Good pressure from the backside. Left him nowhere to go. And no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9. Dag gonna give this to Blue. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4. And it leads to 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Project, this ain't what you want.
Prescott.
The 3rd down pass. 40. A loss of 9. Brings up 4th down.
On for the field goal now. It's Brandon Aubrey. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. Had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. On the return, here comes Chestnut. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Shotgun snap for Wolf. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
On 2nd down, here's Ward. This throw, right side, taken in by Ridley. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. 13 yards on the catch there. That's good for a Titan 1st down.
13 yards. 1st down, Tennessee.
Now Ward on a designed run.
Ward on the keeper. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7. Throwing is Ward. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You know, this is something that we typically see out of maybe a more veteran quarterback, not necessarily a rookie, but just having a really nice sense of game management, throw the ball away, and live for the next down.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Ward. Middle of the field, he's got a Conqueror. A pickup of 15 in the air. First down for Tennessee.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And you'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Again, it's Ward. Short one there to Okonkwo. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Looking middle, and he's got Ridley. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 yards down to the 16.
16 yards. And the Titans.
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. To the air again. Ward. That one taken in. Touchdown, Titans. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Sly now for the point after. The kick is good. And the Titans are able to cut into the deficit. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. This is a short kick, returnable from the 13. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Start the drive. And he's able to push his way forward. A gain of about 2. It'll be 2nd down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Once again, it's Sanders. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. 3rd and 6. Back to throw is Prescott. That's over the middle, and he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Titans may have recovered, yes. Tennessee ball.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, but it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
The Titans' offense and receiver Calvin Ridley set to take over for this drive. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. Fake the handoff. Now Ward. That's caught over the middle by Iomanner. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
16 yards.
A gain of 16 on that pass play. That's good for a Titan 1st down.
32-yard line.
Throwing, Ward. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. A 1st down there on a gain of 12.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
On 1st down, Ward. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
And he will score! Game on! Chig Okonkwo, touchdown Tennessee. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
And now they'll go with the more popular of late analytics-driven decision, down 8, going for 2. They'll send a tight end in motion. And he'll get into the end zone and get this one a couple points closer.
56.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Now, a return coming from the 14. Whoa! And they will finally track him down, not before he takes this to the other side of midfield. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. shotgun right here with Sanders. And they'll take this down inside the 35. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Dak going to throw it here on first down. Now a screen set up for Blue. And he'll get about 3 as he's forced out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He'll drop this for Blue. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. They'll drop to throw. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
First and goal on the 6-yard line.
Here's a run. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas.
And that's exactly how you stress all week finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Prescott leading the Cowboys to the line for this 2-point try.
The Cowboys will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, here's DK. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here is Cam Ward and the Titans, down by 2 touchdowns. Just over a minute 40 to play. How will this play out? We'll watch. They come up for first down. run, Ward. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Throwing on third down, Ward. He's going to take a shot down the field. This pass deflected and caught. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
That's good.
A big play and a much-needed one as well. Pickup of 46 yards. One timeout at their disposal, but the more pressing need, they have to score twice. It's 1st and 10. To the left side, caught by Ridley. And he'll be hustled out just shy of the first down marker. That's a pickup of 9. Is going to set up 2nd and 1. Ward to throw again. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
He's got his tight end, Massaconquo. And he's going to have the 1st down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
That one to the end zone, but incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
Now, 2nd and goal. Throwing again is Ward. He'll tuck it and take off. Titans going to use the last of their timeouts here. They get it right at the 30-second mark of this 4th quarter.
Great job in coverage here. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. He decides to tuck it and turn it to a runner. They get to him quickly. Picks up a couple yards, but not enough now. Brings up 3rd down.
This crowd doing everything they can before 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap for Wolf. And he just gets rid of this one. To the sideline, it is incomplete. He did not want to throw the interception there. And now it is 4th down.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind. And while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
Escaping the pressure rate. The offense is staying put. It'll be 4th and goal. They snap it to Ward. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. So add another touchdown and touchdown pass for that matter. He has thrown 6 already in this one. Amazing stuff. Out comes Sly for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Titans will cut the deficit to 7.
70. Titans 63.
They need a late recovery to have any chance. Here comes the onside kick.
Illegal touching. Offense.
This is tough. You're trying to give your guys a chance and time it just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
To a knee goes Prescott. And that should do it. So it's a win for the Cowboys.
Okay, not as controversial as the way that the last game ended, but we're back to where we have been with most of these games here. You know, Tennessee had opportunities, they had the lead, but then critical mistakes, and it's funny that Dallas actually lost the turnover battle and they won this game. It's hard to believe, but the Dallas Cowboys heading back to the Elite Eight for the second year in a row. They're going to head on, and we're going to see whether or not they can take it all the way to the Madden Championship here. Tennessee put in a good effort, but in the end, it was just not enough there. So the Dallas Cowboys will move on, and that means that the Kansas City Chiefs are guaranteed to have a home Elite Eight game in 2 weeks' time. A Final Four game in 2 weeks' time. I'm still getting over what happened in the Raiders-Chiefs game. That's why I'm so discombobulated right now. But not a bad game for both teams. But the final score in this one, Dallas wins it 70-63. That's the right score, right? 70-63. But yeah, Dallas scored 70 points. That's all that matters in this one here. But the Dallas Cowboys are moving on. They're heading back for the second year in a row. And let's just pad this out until the highlights are over and done with here. Here we go. Final score. Yeah, 70-63, so I was right. Evenly matched in terms of quarterback play, 4 touchdowns for Cam Ward, only 2 for Dak Prescott, surprisingly. But there you go. The rushing highlights, Javonte Williams and Tony Pollard had a big day. Okonkwo, Ridley, CeeDee Lamb all had big days as well. Not a big day for George Pickens, but yeah, look at the turnover battles in this one. 4 turnovers for Dallas, 2 for Tennessee. So let's go ahead and take a look at the implications for next Sunday's Elite Eight. So simply and effectively, it'll work like this. We have 4 scenarios here for next Sunday. If Tampa Bay and Baltimore win, the matchups for the Final Four will be Tampa Bay at Dallas, followed by Baltimore at Kansas City. If Cincinnati and Baltimore wins, it'll be Baltimore at Dallas, then Cincinnati at Kansas City. If Tampa Bay and Cleveland win, it'll be Tampa Bay at Cleveland, and then it'll be Dallas at Kansas City. And if Cincinnati and Cleveland win next week, it'll be Dallas at Cleveland, Cincinnati at Kansas City. So those are the 4 scenarios for what the Final Four matchups will be today after Kansas City and Dallas both won today. So there you go. That's the scenarios for next Sunday's matchups in the Elite Eight to determine who is going to be moving on to the Final Four. Final score, as I said in this one here, 70-63. Dallas wins over Tennessee. And stacked day, busy day in the Reviewing Network Live Madden 26 tournament. And hopefully we'll have the same thing next week. So, as always, thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next week for the second half of the Elite Eight matchups to find out which 2 teams are going to be joining the Chiefs and the Cowboys in the Final Four.
The following has been a presentation of the Reviewing Network Sports.